There is truth. And some people are just ignorant of the truth and need to be exposed to it. Other people are willingly against the truth. Well, let's make another run and continue to run about the Second Amendment. It says, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, comma, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now let's just get this out of the way. It's not granting you a right to do anything. You already have the right. It is securing that right. This Second Amendment is written for that purpose, to secure the right. But what's it predicated upon? Because it is. It's predicated upon something. Now before I had said it's about being able to form a militia, but that's not exactly right. That is sort of, would be the prepositional statement. But the object is the security of a free state. That's the object. So the Second Amendment is predicated upon the security of a free state or a free country or a free people. See, a state is a country. It's not the state you live in. It is a country. A free country is a free state. So the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It's predicated upon the security of a free state. Well, what about the militia? Well, that'd be the prepositional statement, which is leading up to the object. Again, the object is the security of a free state. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. So there's not, you can take out, for the sake of this discussion, you take out the part completely about the militia and say that the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed is because the security of a free state is predicated upon the security of a free state. Now think about that a minute. If the Second Amendment was written not to grant you a right, but to secure your right, and if it's predicated on the security of a free state, that's the reason they wrote it. It's predicated upon that. Then what kind of weapon do you need? Is a shotgun sufficient? Is a handgun sufficient? Is a bolt-action rifle sufficient? Or shall you have the weapons of the day? Whatever's available. Feinstein talks about these weapons of war on our street. Well, that's what the Second Amendment was written for, about war. The Second Amendment is about war. It's about war, plain and simple. It's not about your self-defense. You have self-defense because you have the weapon, but it's not about it. And if you try to make the Second Amendment about self-defense, then you easily can be regulated and your weapons downgraded because they could conclude through studies that you don't need X, Y, or Z for self-defense. But if it's about war, if it's about your right to keep and bear arms as a people, not government owning the arm, but your right to keep and bear arms as a people shall not be infringed, and if it's predicated or because of a free state, the security of a free state, then you have to have a weapon that can match anybody's weapon. And we're talking about arms, by the way. We're not talking about jets and nuclear weapons. Some people want to play nonsense. We're talking about arms. That's what it's directed toward. Now, but what would be the means by which this would come together? Well, it's a well-regulated militia. That was a well-regulated militia being necessary, not optional, but being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So just remember that. Just remember that. You can, for the sake of the discussion, you can just pull the militia out for a moment and say, well, what is the object? What is the object of the militia in the first place? Well, it's the security of a free state. What is the right of people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed? What's it predicated upon? Well, it's the security of a free state. And again, that comes together in the form of a militia. And militia was formed in 1812, for example, when England invaded again. Well, the people were called up. It's the people, not a standing army, not a national guard. And government, when the government has the controls the armies, controls the national guard, they also control the weapons. So the Second Amendment militia is not a governmental force. Again, as I said, it's not National Guard. It is the people. It is invested in the people. And our right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed is because of the security of a free state. The militia is there because it is necessary to the security of a free state. So you sort of see how that works together. There is no militia if the people don't have arms. There's no militia if the people don't keep and bear arms. It doesn't exist. And if it does not exist, then the security of a free state is in danger. And for all this to come together, you have to have the best weapon. You have to be able to fight. So any ban, which we've already had, the automatic weapon ban, that's a violation of the spirit of the Second Amendment, because now you are at a disadvantage. And don't tell me it can't happen. Don't tell me in the modern times. What does that mean? Are people different in the modern times? You know, we may have better means to do things, but that doesn't by any means take away what the Second Amendment is talking about. We still need, as people, to keep and bear arms for the security of a free state. For the security of a free state. And if you think things right now, well, you know, you don't see the necessity, well, you don't know what 50 years will bring. You certainly don't know what 100 years will bring. So remember that. The Second Amendment is an amendment about war. About war. Let me say it one more time. It's about war.